Toronto author and filmmaker Peter Vronsky has written several books on serial killers, and in the introduction to his latest on the subject, Sons of Cain, A History of Serial Killers from the Stone Age to the Present, he explains how it all got started. In 1979, a 23-year-old Vronsky literally bumped into Richard Francis Cottingham, the Times Square torso ripper, in the lobby of a hotel in New York City where they were both staying. As the ripper walked past him, a cloth bag he was carrying bonked into Vronsky, with what he thought might be bowling balls inside. In fact, they were the heads of two of his victims. Documents related to the decades-long investigation into a serial killer and rapist, known variously as the Golden State Killer, the East Area Rapist, or the original Night Stalker, who terrorized California in the 1970s and 1980s. Joseph James D'Angelo was reportedly arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder in relation to the case on April 25. Federal Bureau of Investigation. The New York Times. Peter Vronsky, author of Sons of Cain, A History of Serial Killers from the Stone Age to the Present. Penguin, 432 pages, $23. Penguin. It's a wonderfully macabre anecdote and it sets the tone for the rest of the book. Sons of Cain covers a lot of ground in an informative, entertaining and at times idiosyncratic take on serial killers that expands on the coverage provided in Vronsky's previous book Serial Killers, The Method and Madness of Monsters and Female Serial Killers, How and Why Women Become Monsters. The story here takes its lead from big history, beginning with the origin of our species and ending with some thoughts on where we may be heading. In addition to providing a plethora of case studies and forensic background, Vronsky also draws from such sources as zombie movies and cultural anthropology. This may be the best way to proceed, given that serial killers as we have come to know them are semi-mythical figures, having a place both in the annals of true crime and in the collective consciousness shaped by the media and pop culture. There is little consensus even among experts on such fundamental matters as how to define a serial killer and how to explain their behavior. Are they born or made? Are taxonomies of different types useful? And to these basic questions Vronsky adds another: why has the activity of serial killers seemed to surge at different times and places? Are their numbers going down? Article continued below. Vronsky's approach sticks mostly to male, fantasy-motivated sexual killers who are driven by their primitive reptile brain. He suggests from this that serial killers are what Mother Nature intended all of us to be in the wild before civilization. Each of us has an inner Hannibal Lecter that we have to properly socialize in order to restrain. A provocative thought, but it may be taking evolutionary psychology too far. Of course, the stories are the main draw here. Fans of true crime will enjoy going through the catalog of evil, stocked with names infamous and obscure. But while there's plenty of carnage to rubberneck, there are also lots of interesting and original observations along the way, and perhaps something to be learned. You never know who you might bump into. Alex Good is a frequent contributor to these pages.